What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Dugger himself, back again with some more Monster Hunter Generations gameplay. And today we fight the Najarala. I think it's in Najarala. There it is. Yo, let me tell you something, man. This monster name throws me for a loop all the time. Regardless, though, this monster actually debuted in Monster Hunter 4, and it's a snake. Okay, it's a giant snake. I mean, this thing is like, yo, he's a snake. You'll see him, and you'll be like, oh my god, it's a snake. And like, yes, oh my god, it's a snake. It's a snake. And I'm not gonna front. They changed him. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. This is not the same exact monster I fought in Free Ultimate 4 Ultimate. Okay, this is not the same guy. He's a little bit different. Okay, I have knowledge fighting him, and it felt like I was fighting like a subspecies kinda, because it wasn't totally different, but it was a little different. But there was things that was still him, but then there was things that still wasn't him. It was kind of hard. It's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's kind of a thing. So if you've ever fought this guy, then just understand that he is relatively the same, just albeit a little bit different, just a hair. Like, it's a couple of things that make him different that you're like, okay, that's new. You know what I mean? So that's that. But for those of you guys who have actually not yet to fight this guy, let me teach you how it's done. Or at least attempt to teach you. First and foremost, let's start off with the weaknesses. He is weakest to ice. See, now right here, you guys thought I was playing. A couple of videos back, quite a few videos back, I said, yo, there's a great sword that's a fish, and it has ice. And I can bet you guys was like, ha ha ha. He said a fish, and it's a sword. I'm gonna act like he didn't say that because he probably said that wrong. I'm not kidding. This great sword slaps. Okay, it has mad ice. When I say mad ice, it has like 40 straight up, yo. I legit think right here it's like 47 ice. That's insane. That's end game elemental status stuff, and it still has more upgrades to go. I don't know how high it goes, but that's that. Granted, though, much like anything else, its attack will not end up being very, very high, but as of right now, it is still relatively viable. Anyway, use you some ice, okay? Where you get the ice totally is up to you. You could have fought the Lagombi, picked up some ice weapons, ran that, or you could be like me, smart, grab this great sword, because, I mean, it's nice, and you could be good to go fighting this guy. Now, this guy is going to be a daunting fight, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just tell you this before we get into how he actually fights. Let's talk about what the rewards are for fighting this guy. Mainly his armor. Now his armor is actually pretty good. It was pretty good back in Ultimate 2. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's nice. If you get his armor, it actually has earplugs. High rank, I'm pretty sure it probably has high grade earplugs, but it has earplugs and capture expert, which is if you are to capture a monster, you will probably get even more rewards in the quest box once you finish the quest. That's pretty cool. I think it also has a negative ability in like stamina, something like that, or like recovery up, something. I can't remember. It's not that big of a deal. Actually, I think it's protection. It has a negative ability. You can just put a gem in it and it'll go away, or you just wear a talisman and it'll go away. Regardless, the negative ability doesn't matter too much, but its weapons are paralysis. So if you like use some paralysis, run his weapons. I can sit here and tell you that all of his weapons are good. Okay, all of them, they're all good. I mean, just pick one, run it, and you're nice. Paralysis is a good deal. As of right now, there should only be maybe 2 monsters who have paralysis: Gendrome and Cepelos, which actually has the paralysis charge, but I didn't know that. You know, that's cool. But if you don't like either of those guys' paralysis weapons, be it because probably attack isn't high enough, you can run this guy's stuff. I mean, he has pretty decent attack on it. I believe eventually, or right off the bat, some of his weapons have negative affinity, but that's a small price to pay. You know what I mean? Who cares? But with that being said, I will say that this guy, he's a tough cookie, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you right here. If you're not like not necessarily like super vet, or if you're not like very, very nice, if you're kind of struggling in a lot of areas when fighting these monsters, you're probably gonna struggle quite a bit fighting this guy. He's pretty healthy for one. I'll say that he's a pretty healthy monster. He protects his weak spot, which is his face, very well. How does he do that? He's tall. He's a snake. When he coils up, his head is like pretty high in the sky. And you don't want to sit in front of him because he can throw out scales and then the scales, they do damage. He can roar on the scales, they'll explode. He can shake the thing on the back of his head and make an even bigger explosion. I mean, so a frontal assault on this guy is pretty tough. On top of that, if you get too close, he'll wrap you up. Like right now, you can kind of see that I'm being wrapped up, but he doesn't actually get the full wrap on me. I don't think so here. But he will wrap you up. Well, he'll circle around you rather, and then he'll dig in front of you or whatever. It does pretty damn good damage. You get hit by that, you're taking a potion, guys. Trust me. He also has the ability to paralyze you while you're in the wrapping process by just pecking at you with his beak, so to speak. So watch out for that as well. I mean, it's quick. It's a quick little strike. He is a snake. He's gonna strike you really quickly, and then you'll be paralyzed. Now his tail pretty much protects the front part of his body, and it has, you know, I'm bouncing off of it all the time. A lot of times when I'm fighting this guy and I'm trying to get a hit in, and I try to go from a relatively frontal assault, the tail is in the way, and I always bounce and hit the tail. Now, I mean, even after you break the tail, you still kind of bounce on it. So you're gonna want to try and position yourself differently, so that way you're not like hitting the tail consistently. But also, though, do what you can to hit him in the face while also protecting yourself. Because again, I said that he does quite a bit of, you know, frontal attacks, like he'll leap at you. He'll throw his tail out if you're too far away to bring you in, to wrap you, or to squeeze you. And he'll throw the little scales out, and then he'll do the sound, and he'll explode. It's lots of damage. It's pretty rough hitting this guy up front. So attack from the back if you can, which we really need to get, you know, attack on the face. Wait for him to do this one attack where he'll like strike once, pull back, strike twice, pull back, strike 3 times, and he'll just leave his head out there for a minute. That's your best opportunity to actually hit him in the face. But when it comes to using, you know, weapons to actually combat this guy with, honestly, everything. He's pretty big. Okay, he's pretty big. You're not gonna miss anything. Aerial is a great ability, or great style to have when actually fighting this guy. So yo, if you're an aerial kind of guy, you're gonna be right at home. This is gonna be a free fight for you, and ain't nothing really too much to it. You can use adept, but I totally recommend aerial. I recommend aerial over anything else, but like completely, because the longer this guy actually sits still to where you have the ability to hit him in the face, the better off you're gonna be. So please, if you guys have the aerial, run it, put it on his face, smash his face in, because his face is the weak spot, of course. It's hard to hit, so you're really gonna want to hit it if you can hit it. But other than that, I think that's it. Is that it? I think that's it. I told you that's how he attacks and everything. I mean, really, just like let him do stuff, okay? If need be, let him attack freely for a while, just so that way you can look and see what he does, and then, you know, understand what he can't do, and then just come behind him and actually do some stuff. Again, attacking from the front, pretty risky. He protects himself with his tail. He has tons of attacks that hit very hard from the front, so try and hit him around from the back. But with that being said, I believe I covered everything. But with that being said, everyone, that's all the information I have for you guys today when it comes to fighting this bad boy right here. Again, his armor is pretty good. It looks great. It looks great. I love the way his armor looks. It looks amazing, like an Aztec warrior. But yeah, that's it. Without further ado, it's been your boy, Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself. As always, y'all have a great day, and may the Desire Sensor forever be in your favor.